Okay, here's the problem. This is the one of the four Z-axis bearing carriers for the HEvoEvo version. That is pretty much stock, but the problem is I didn't want to use the LM8UUs, the LM12UUs, because I don't like the idea of cheap nasty ball bearings running up and down my nice German steel shafts. Noisy, not particularly good, and wear out the shafts. So I made these. These are PETG printed bushes, and they have a nice fit on the shaft. Unfortunately, when you put them in the carrier, they don't align correctly and they bind. So the solution I came up with was these little beauties. These are oil impregnated sintered bronze bushes. They are made to a very high standard, and they have a really good fit on the shaft, like that. This shaft has a bit of grease on it, so it's not going to slide perfectly smoothly. But and the job now. This is the modified bearing carrier. I've made these holes oversized such that I can glue these in place with epoxy and align them perfectly as the glue sets, which I have here, one I made earlier, which, as you can see, once the grease is removed, damn you, work. A little smear of grease on there. As you can see, that slides very nicely indeed. There's a bit of grease in the middle. That's the only thing stopping it from free falling. Right, so that's the task. That's number 2. I've already got number 1 fitted on the printer here, and as soon as I get the other 3 done, that's the bushes and the carrier for number 4. But let's work on number 3 for now. To get everything aligned, I made these V blocks which fit into the ends of the carrier like that, such that the shaft is exactly on center. Now I have to mix up some glue in a minute, so that's ready. Those are ready. Let's mix some glue. Get that out of the way. This is just any old epoxy. I'm not concerned with the bond strength as much as I am with its ability to fill spaces. And I'm going to squirt out a good amount. Try and get it equal, which it never is. Unless you push more on one side than the other. I need more of that one, I think. Hate these double syringes. Right. Won't be buying those again. Now we can mix. This is not the rapid stuff. This will take a couple of hours to set. So I'm not too concerned about speed at this point. More important to get a good mix. I'm going to spread a little bit on the inside of this. Not so much as it squirts out either end and sticks to the bits you don't want to stick to. Do the other end. Right, we're going to use the remainder of the glue to lightly coat the bushes. That's one. I'll place that in there very carefully so it doesn't squeeze the glue too much. Don't push it in all the way yet. Do the second one. Goes on with a little bit more glue, but never mind, we'll get there. Right, now that one in there, like so. I've got a towel, hang on, let's get a towel. Right, now the assembly. We push the guide rod in. All the way like that. And we line it up on the guides. Push that through a little bit further so it doesn't unbalance itself. And now we're just going to push it all together like that. That should now be perfectly aligned. Right, there we go. Now we wait for the glue to set. I'm going to put, I've got a couple of weights here. I'm going to use just to make sure nothing moves like that, and that's it. Quite pleased with that one. That's come out pretty good. I'll clean some of that grease off of there. Yes, that now is much better. There you go. Right. Next step will be, I've got one more to glue, then I will fit them, and hopefully that will be the last problem on the printer.